What's going on, everyone? Welcome to another episode of Non-Fungible Guys. We are a Web3, crypto, NFT, whatever else we want to talk
There's
about.
blockchain.
Podcast.
Blockchain is a thing.
Technology, yeah. What else you want to talk about?
No,
that's it. We're good.
Cryptocurrency, NFTs, blockchain. But last time in the intro, I didn't actually say the word blockchain. I was re-listening to it and I was like, how did I leave that out?
I don't know, but we butcher every intro, so this is just one to add to the ranks. I am one of the hosts, NFG Ryan, accompanied by Mr.
Devon C. Codrington.
Oh, he added the C, folks. What's going on? So,
how's it going?
Good. How are you?
Pretty good. Pretty excited, man.
Yeah. Why are you excited?
Because we got a really cool, the lead
finally
developer from this project, which is actually pretty exciting. We've talked about this project for a while. I've in a couple of different times as well. So this is cool that we actually get them on the podcast.
Yes. So let's welcome Arressaye from CryptoRaggies. What's going on?
CryptoRaggies, yay! Confetti.
Hello.
How are you today?
I'm very well. We're just preparing for our next mint on Saturday, so quite a lot of work going on at the moment. So I've been quite busy today, but it's good that I finished most of the work that I need to do, so I can come on here to chat with you guys.
Awesome, we appreciate it. I know it's very late where you are, so we definitely appreciate you coming on with us.
Yeah, definitely. Thank you. Why don't we start from the beginning, which is, so we're talking to Arressaye, right? Yeah. How do you spell your handle? What's your
handle? ARRESSAYE. So I think Ryan was just saying to just imagine it like the letters RSI, and that actually works.
Works for me every time.
If you didn't tell me that before, I had no idea. I would never have come to that at all. So I'm glad you set that out. I think it's pretty cool. Okay, so for those that are first time listening, they're like, okay, what's going on here? CryptoRaggies. What is CryptoRaggies?
Right. Okay. So it is a lot of things. It can be anything you want it to be. So we basically started it off as a collection, a 10K collection of NFTs featuring ragdoll cats, because we have ragdoll cats and we love them. We think they're the most amazing cat breed. So Raggies basically just means ragdoll cats. So all our NFTs feature ragdoll cats, and they come with different toys, different coat colors, different equipment and stuff. And these are NFTs that we designed, and we wanted to create a collection that's not just art. It's not just something that you collect and do nothing with it. We wanted to give them utility right from the start. And when we designed the project, one of the main utilities that we thought about was, why don't we create a game? So we thought about this. We thought about game as a utility for the NFTs. So we started off as a utility project, but somehow the gaming aspect of this project came into dominance. So everyone now thinks of CryptoRaggies as a gaming project, but we are a lot more beyond just gaming. We do non-custodial staking. We are one of the first projects to do it. We do multi-sig minting, and we are also one of the first projects to do it. We've got lots of stuff going on in our ecosystem that are kind of like Cardano first, that not a lot of other projects have done. But we've developed lots of these stuff and give our holders a lot of utilities and value beyond just a game itself. But most of the people nowadays come into our ecosystem, the main thing that they realize and the main thing that they do with our NFTs is Raggy Run, the game, which is fine. I think it's one of the biggest utilities we've created for this whole collection. So if you ask me what is CryptoRaggies, right now, a lot of people would think of us as gaming tokens, which is okay. But beyond that, we've got Raggy Coins, which is live on Dexus. We've got a farm on MinSwap as well, and there are further liquidity pools and farms coming up as well. That's a bit of an alpha. I've not announced anything yet.
Here we go.
Yeah, non-fungible guys alpha, and we're only 4 minutes in.
Yes, but there will be more coming up. And we've got we are listed on CoinGecko as well, so it's one of those things that not a lot of tokens have. So we've got lots of stuff going on. Reggie Coin, we've got our Reggie Shrine, which is a circular economy ecosystem for you to burn all your in-game add-on tokens to enter into raffles. So this is one of the things that most of the people who just recently joined our project for the game probably don't know about it. We've got Reggie Shrine to recycle stuff. We've got Reggie Rehoming Center for us to use our Reggie store dust fees to buy floor Reggies.
Whoa, hold on, Arressaye. I'll pause you right there for a second. I mean, most of the stuff that everything you mentioned, I knew actually the last one about recycling the dust fees. I did not know about that. We'll get back to that. I'm going to make a quick note because we kind of want to explore some of the things you talked about in a little bit more detail.
Sure.
And one of the questions but this is good. Like I think the answer that you've given so far is awesome because a lot of people do just think of Reggie Run, the side scroller game. I was going to ask a question. I think we'll talk about the game in a second, but before we do, I'll ask a question. Why do you think? I know you guys are really good with your Twitter, and we've kind of like. I think we made comments about it once, and then you guys were like on it, and your team was like so interactive and responsive and whatnot. Yeah. And I know that a lot of people talk to you. What do you like? Is it just why do people like CryptoRaggies? Like a lot of people talk about this project. What is it that people love about it? I know you listed all these things. Is it just that they love the game? Is it like they love the art? Like what do you think it is that make people love this project so much?
See, a lot of people who are in our community right now are people who have joined our community right from the start. A lot of people who actually read and try to research and understand the project stay with us. They can see the value with it, and they just stay. And all of us interact very, very openly. We're very, very transparent with all our communications. So everyone, we're like family in the community. So we just talk to each other all the time. Very, very friendly and very warm kind of environment within the community. So it's not so much of other, maybe if you go into other servers that are really, really hyped, and people talk about a lot of strange things, or a lot of kind of meaningless chat. But if you come into CryptoRaggies, people talk about meaningful stuff, and people discuss a lot of interesting things. Quite a lot of personal chat as well. We've got a channel for sharing cat pictures, and we share food pictures, cat pictures. It's basically just like a really friendly community. So community is one thing. Us being very open and transparent about things that we do, and having very full discussions of any doubts. So whenever someone has any questions about why we set the minting price as so and so, why do we supply X amount of liquidity to this DEX or whatever? So anything that we do has a reason, and we can easily give you the reason because everything that we do has been thoroughly thought about. And I think that's why people like our ecosystem, because when they come, when they find something that they feel maybe a problem, we always have an answer for it, because we always think about what we do before we actually do it. So I think that's one of the main reasons why people who join us choose to stay with us.
I would definitely agree there. I know when I first entered, I think how I got into the space was it was like wave 4. I think I won a whitelist, or me and Devon actually, I think we both ended up winning a whitelist, and we minted.
Yeah.
And once I got onto the website and into the Discord, I was like, holy shit, there is a lot going on here. And I just love the fact that you had like the non-custodial staking where it doesn't leave your wallet. You know what I mean? It's like you earn without having to really do anything. It's just, you know what I mean? And then the game, I had to wait for a little while for it to come to Apple iOS, but which is fine. I played on the computer, and the community is definitely good. I mean, I met a bunch of people in there. I've learned a lot of stuff, even like with wallet security, even the ledger stuff I asked the other day. I can't remember who exactly. I think somebody answered me in there, but yeah.
What was the question? What was the ledger question?
Well, because I was trying to play on my app on my phone, but because I couldn't get my Raggy code because hardware or hard wallets aren't supported right now. So I was trying to find a workaround of how I could get my code to play on the app with my Raggies, because you use your actual NFTs as the player.
Maybe we should, maybe we should talk about that in a second. Oh, we'll talk about that in a minute.
Yeah. We're all over it. We'll jump all over.
You know what? We're all over the place, but whatever. Stick with us, people. You'll get to it at the end. You'll
exactly. So it's okay. So where do you want to go with this, Devon?
Well, I guess we could go. We said we were going to go gaming. We said we were going to talk mint. Like he mentioned mint price, and we're almost there. So why don't we just talk about that, and then we'll deep dive into gaming.
Yeah. So okay, we know Wave 8. Well, most of us know Wave 8 is coming on the 5th of November. So mint price and all that fun information, if you want to, RSI.
Yes, so the mint price is going to be 68 this time round. So you can choose to pay in ADA, or you can choose to pay in Raggy coins. So during the public mint period, the mint price is 68 ADA, or if you pay in Raggy coins, it is 58 ADA worth of Raggy coins. We calculate the rate live because we are on CoinGecko, so we can use the CoinGecko API to calculate live rates. So the rate is updated in real time. So when you try to mint and generate the transaction, it will show you how much to pay exactly.
Just off the top of your head, RSI, I don't know. I haven't checked CoinGecko on the conversions. What does that conversion look like? What is that in reg that might equal to like 58 ADA? I know it changes all the time, but what roughly would that look like?
So let me just go on the site right now.
Honestly, I was thinking maybe I should do it, but I was like, yeah, it might have it in their mind. Sorry, we're making you do that, making you do the heavy lifting.
Yeah, so one ADA is about 200 rag at the moment. So if you go onto the minting page right now, you can actually see the prices because we've updated the site for you to.
That's right. I saw that announcement. You guys just updated it.
Yeah, so you can actually go on and see the prices, and you can check your whitelist status as well. So right now, 58 ADA is about 13,000 Raggy coins. So it changes all the time. Yeah, but right now it's about 13,000 Raggy coins.
Oh, it's like, yeah, you're right. As soon as you click on the number of how many you want to mint, like 5, it automatically goes to 65,000 rag.
Yeah.
That's awesome. That's so.
This is cool. I was on this site earlier and I didn't even think to click the quantity because I was like, well, I'll do that during mint time. I didn't think of it, clicking it now and then that would show up. Because until you click it, it doesn't show up.
Yeah, so if you connect your wallet and you click on the mint, if you click on the mint button, it will check whether you're whitelisted and it will tell you whether you are. If you are whitelisted, it will tell you the price for the whitelist mint and the open the whitelist open period as well. So basically, we do this for all our mints. So everyone who's whitelisted has a chance to check that the whitelist actually works.
Cool.
Because we know that when the mint actually starts, things can get quite stressful.
Yep.
And if your whitelist doesn't work when it starts, it's quite hard to troubleshoot. So we always want to prepare this a few days ahead of time.
It's usually pretty flawless. I've never had a problem with my whitelist showing up. You guys do an awesome job every mint. I've never personally had any issues. So it's been a pleasant experience. No seaplanes, no verifying.
Do you guys do the mint yourselves? Like it's all through no other minter help or anything like that? Everything is you guys?
Everything's done in-house. For the whole project, everything is done in-house.
Yo, what is up? We have a little announcement to mention. We are actually doing a CryptoRaggies giveaway. 2 whitelist spots are up for grabs. Ryan, tell them how they can get in the contest.
Well, first you got to get on Twitter. That's where it's going to be. We're going to hold it on Twitter. And just like all your other standard kind of retweet, tag a couple friends, and make sure you follow CryptoRaggies, Non-Fungible Guys, and Butler Raggy. And we'll give you, let's go 24 hours. You got 24 hours to do all that. And you can win. We got, like Devon said, we got 2 whitelists to give away, and they're minting on Saturday, November 5th. So you got a couple days.
Get them while it's hot.
Just like we butcher our intro, we got this away. Woo, let's go, folks.
Just get them while they're forget it. All right, whatever. Back to the episode. Damn. Okay. What can we expect? I kind of, if any listeners, if you've gone to this website, you'll know that question's like, of course they did it in-house, because the website and everything of how this works is amazing. We're going to talk about that in a second, but is there anything different we can expect with Wave 8? Like, is it going to be the Raggies with different traits? Or are we going to, what are we expecting from like artwork or the NFTs? What might be get?
Yeah, so we are a 10K collection. So the full CryptoRaggies OG collection is a 10K supply kind of collection. We are just dropping them in small little waves. So this is the 8th wave of the same 10K collection. It is all random drops. So we're not like making the rarer ones drop later. We're not doing that kind of thing. You get an equal chance of getting super rare Raggies whenever you mint. So this wave or the previous waves or the later waves, you get the same chance. The thing is, it is pretty difficult to market a project in a bear market. And even right at the start during a bull market, it is pretty difficult to market a project organically, to not rely on influencers and stuff. So we had quite a hard time building up a community and building up some demand for the project right from the start. So our first policy actually locked, and we had to start a second policy. So that's why if you go onto JPEG store, you will see CryptoRaggies S1 and CryptoRaggies S2. And I always advise people, if you want to buy from secondary, buy the S2 policy because the floor price is lower, it is cheaper, it is essentially the same collection. So
it's interesting you say that, because it's funny. I was looking and I was like, oh, this S2 collection, because I was checking. We'll talk about why I've been checking the floor price so many times. Ryan's, if you can see video, Ryan's laughing because there's a story behind that. I guess story time now, I guess.
Yeah, you might as well say it now.
So when we were minting this with Wave 4, and I remember, I think it was on the podcast, we were talking about this, and it was new, so I didn't know we were in Wave 4, and I was like so excited. And Ryan's like, this is Wave 4. I was like, what? Either way, minted the CryptoRaggie, was like, this is awesome, loved it. I had a bunch of little stuff too. Like I think there was like a ball and like a fish or something. I don't remember what the right and the left were. And then downloaded Raggy Run, was playing it on my phone, although I had some issues with some of the button placement. But we actually talked to you guys about that on Twitter, and you responded and you guys were like, we're actually working on this. So that was super cool. So had it, and I was like, yeah, this project's great, love it. And then midsummer, bear market was starting to get to me, and I got like super pissed, and I'm like, I'm selling all my stuff. I don't care, man. This is dumb. Sorry, Arressaye. Like I do love the project, obviously, but I was like, screw this. I'm getting rid of my CryptoRaggie. So I go to sell it and I list it. And I'm just like, yeah, whatever. It's, it's gone. I will make some profit. I'm happy. It's no problem. I was in the project, but it's okay. And then we get closer to CNFT Con, and I'm like just paying attention to projects again. And I'm like, shoot, man, like I shouldn't have sold this CryptoRaggie. Like this is a good project. And someone actually reached out to us. I think was it server error, Ryan? I
can't even remember that. Yeah, I think so.
Maybe server error reached out and was like,
tweeted us, right?
I listened to your podcast episode, and you guys were talking about CryptoRaggies back in June. Why didn't I get in then? And I was like, you're right, I shouldn't have sold my Raggie. And then I start looking to buy another one and whatnot. So either way, I buy another one, and as I'm buying the other one, I realize that if anyone knows about anything, once you list something on JPEG Store, it's gone from your wallet because it's like for sale, right? And it turns out like I went and bought one, and my previous one hadn't sold until like literally it was like 10 hours before or something like that, before I actually bought the other one. So if I had just checked the day before, I would have still had the original and would have bought another one. But either way, since then I've been always like checking CryptoRaggies the floor and just being like, okay, I'm buying more. And so it's a bit of an embarrassing story, but I did buy another one, and I'm going to be taking part in this mint for sure. So yes. Yeah.
That's great.
I'm sorry, Arressaye. I'm sorry that I sold your project and I got mad at the project.
No. all trading, okay? All trading is good for a project. So selling is cool.
But I'm back, baby.
He is back. I'll give him that.
Great to have you back.
I tried to tell him, you didn't listen to me.
Yeah, it's true. Ryan was like, yeah, just chill out. And I was like, no, screw you, Ryan. You don't know me. Anyways, sorry.
Idiot. All right, let's go back to the website. I love it. It's so like, are you the one that does it or just someone? Because it's beautiful. Whoever put it together.
So it's all done in house. I do the coding. Most of the JavaScript is done by me. But then the layout and the design is done by Crafter. So if you see in the team, there's me, there's Crafter, and there's Butler.
Yeah.
So I do most of the coding. Crafter does most of all the design work. He does a bit of the game design as well. So he does all the design. So basically all the design, including game design, game mechanics, and game logic. He does a little bit of that, but I do most of the logic bit. Butler does most of the outreach and community building and marketing and kind of stuff.
Shout out to Butler because he's out there. I see him all over the place, and I chat with him in a few servers.
Yeah.
So
yeah, he is hustling hard.
Definitely.
Butler, I sent you a message today, so you can respond whenever you can.
But I mean,
Crafter is amazing. Sorry.
Yeah.
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
This website. So the website is just, first of all, the color scheme is, I mean, in dark mode, it looks awesome, but then just the NFTs themselves, the colors and like how they all come together, and like, I guess the movement, JavaScript, like it's just a really, really, really good website. Like the way things are laid out, like even if you go to, I guess like if you're trying to look to see the rarity chart of Raggies, everything's like cool posters, the way things are set out. It's just, the design is so nice. It's one of my favorites, and I'm not just saying that. So yeah, and the good thing is like so much can be done from the website. Like when you go to like stake or whatever under member zone, like it's just really cool. Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah, we put in a lot of effort doing it. When I say we, it's basically Crafter. He put in a lot of effort doing the website. My contribution to the website is mainly just a JavaScript bit. Most of the design, all of the designs.
Takes a team, right? You gotta it pays off, that's for sure. I mean, just even you know, you can go like all the information's there. You don't have to like click, and there's not a bunch of pop-ups and just clean lines, and I don't know. It's awesome. Yeah, I love it because you can like even just the trick of like minimizing the menu or maximizing it. It's just like how everything's on your left, everything's to the right. You don't get lost. Everything's just right there.
That's good to hear.
Yeah.
Always good to hear good feedback.
Definitely. And I love like the fact that you go through and it's like you forget how many like you guys have so much going on. Like there's the crypto, like I forget. It's like you got the Raggy purse. You've got all the special editions. You've got like the Vassal Raggy, the useless rag. Like there's so many. I forget once you start going through the website, you're like, holy shit. Yeah, there is so much going on. I love it.
So much going on that it's so difficult when people ask us what is this project about? I don't know where to start.
Yeah.
That's why we asked that question.
I know of the Raggy purse. I haven't even used, like, can you explain exactly what the Raggy purse is, I guess, to the newcomers? Because I mean, I haven't actually used it, but I assume it's a Cardano wallet that you guys created.
Yes. So it is basically a Cardano Lite wallet that is pretty much ecosystem specific. So we designed it to work with our ecosystem. Of course, you can use it for anything else. You can use it to send stuff. You can use it to receive stuff. It is basically a standard Cardano wallet with a standard 24-word seed phrase. So once you create a Raggy purse on our Raggy purse site, it gives you the 24-word seed phrase. You can use it to restore it into Nami, restore it into Eternal. It will work. But the whole idea with Raggy purse is that it doesn't use a CIP30 dApp connector standard. The problem with the CIP30 dApp connector standard is that it is a web extension. It always lives within your browser. So see, we are a cross-platform mobile game. We've got Raggy Run on iOS. We've got Raggy Run on Android. These are native apps. They don't live in a browser. So if we want to connect a wallet with a native app, you cannot rely on the CIP30 dApp browser. It just doesn't work. There's no way to communicate with it. And that's why we created Raggy Purse with its own communication standard that it can run in the background as its own progressive web app, and it can basically chat to anything. It can chat to a native mobile app. It can chat to a web page. So basically, when you mint stuff on our web page using RaggiePurse, that's exactly what happens. The website chats to your RaggiePurse and sends a transaction, and you will get a notification and you can sign it. Once you've signed it, RaggiePurse will chat to the website again and sends the signature over, and it will submit the transaction. So basically, it bypasses the whole CIP30 DApp connector thing. You don't require it. Yeah, so we can use it to play Reggie Run as well. When you mentioned about the Reggie code with the problem with the ledger, you can avoid it totally if you send a few Reggies that you frequently play with to a RaggiePurse, and you just log in using a RaggiePurse, and basically it works flawlessly.
Yeah. Sorry, I just have a quick question. If I had, say you created a NAMI wallet already, can I restore that in a RaggiePurse? Yes.
So RaggiePurse, the problem with it is it only reads the first account, the first address of the first account of your root key. So Cardano wallets, they all come with root keys, and you can derive the subsequent keys. In your ROI or in Eternal, you can.
That's awesome that you said that. I was thinking that we learned about that back when we were using Yoroi wallet. Yeah. I was like, I remember being like, is this the same wallet? Like, how do we have a new address?
So you can have like hundreds of addresses, right? If you're using Yoroi or Eternal. So RaggiePurse only reads the first address of the first account of your root key. So if you go into NAMI, basically with the same seed phrase, you can create multiple wallets. So these are different accounts. If you restore the seed phrase into RaggiePurse, it only reads your first account.
Right. Okay, I understand. I see what you're saying. Yeah. Okay.
Are you thinking, Ryan, that you might, first of all, Arressaye, thanks for that explanation. I didn't know that, right? RaggiePurse was operating like that. It makes me think kind of go all in Raggie ecosystem, and
put your Raggies in there and just
leave them there, play there, do everything. And safety, I'm not that worried about it because it'll only be really used for minting Raggie stuff.
You're only going to connect it there.
Yeah, right? I'm not going to connect it anywhere else. I might as well just go all in house and get in bed with Arressaye. Afterwards he's like, go.
Yeah, sure. There's plenty of room. Snuggle up.
Ryan, what are you thinking are you gonna get RaggiePurse? And
I figured, you throw them on Ledger, you're nice and safe. But I'm thinking, I might just create go on and do get a RaggiePurse wallet and then just leave it all in the ecosystem.
Yeah.
I guess before I do that, RSI, would I have to claim my rag from where I have them right now?
So you mean the staking rewards?
Yeah, my staking rewards. I'd have to claim them before I move them off the ledger, right?
You don't really have to, because the staking reward stays with the wallet account. So,
right.
Yeah, so it is always with you. You don't have to claim it. You can claim it if you want to, but you don't have to. But once you move your Raggies away to a different wallet, those Raggies will become unstaked. So when you move it to your new RaggiePurse, you have to stake them again. But it's really easy. You just go back into member zone and stake them.
If you move the Raggie to the, let's say I'm going to move it from my NAMI to RaggiePurse and then restake, which is super easy. Connect it, hit stake, and we're good to go.
Yeah.
That I know Ryan kind of just asked this, but I wasn't. So does that XP or the Raggie that's been attached to the?
It's still in your NAMI. It's still attached.
It's still to the NAMI. So how do we move it then to kind of?
You would just move it, and then your rewards would stay with that wallet up until that point. And then when you restake them, now it's generating in the new wallet.
Do the old rewards get left, or they kind of transfer?
They're still attached to that old
because
wallet,
they're attached to the
but they're there.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. So the rewards once they go into your account, on our records, they stay there until you claim them. So
cool.
They don't get transferred. It always stays with your account.
So if I wanted to offer to the shrine or do something, I might just have to connect my old wallet and kind of use them that way or something like that.
Yeah, so if you want to offer stuff to the shrine, you just need to connect a wallet with the add-ons that you want to offer. So it doesn't really matter whether it's a stake wallet or a wallet that has no Raggies.
Okay, right.
Yeah, you would just connect that wallet and
Cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Clearly you've thought about this. Okay.
Definitely coming from with the so I know with the wave and all the minting and stuff, you've got different kind of perks for depending on what people hold.
Yes.
Like if you go on, I'm looking at Wave 8 mint price structure right now, and it's like plushie holders, then you got discount Raggy NFT holders, then you got mint with this, mint with Rag, mint with ADA. So what exactly, I guess, is was the plushie a separate NFT, or is it? Because I know my NFTs, a couple of them have the plushie like monkey in them, but
You have
there's
the
also
monkey? That's good.
yeah, but then there's also I think the plushie holders is like a standalone NFT.
That's right. Yeah. So the plushies collection, they are actually technically they are fungible tokens. They there are 6 of them. So we've got the monkey, the bull, bear, whale, and we've got the ape and hydra. So we've got 6 of them. The ape and hydra are super rare. There are only going to be 10 of them around. The rest of them, there will be there are 50 of each. So they've all been fully minted, except for the hydra and the ape. So hydra and ape, we never ever sell them. We don't sell them. They are only ever given out as community contests awards. So we only give them out to winners. So everyone who holds the hydra or the ape have won it somewhere. So
Awesome.
yeah, but they are extremely rare. And so these are essentially the plushie, the VIP plushies that we talk about. So if you hold a plushie, you gain access to our VIP lounge channel in our Discord server. You also get Raggy coins airdrop to your wallet. So it's airdropping. We don't do claiming, so it's airdropping. So you don't have to do anything. You don't have to claim it. We just airdrop
Beautiful.
every 2 weeks. Yeah. So the ape and hydra holders get a bit more. They get double the amount. The other plushie holders get a standard amount, which goes up with every 1,000 Raggies minted. So every 1,000 Raggies minted, yeah, you get 10 Raggy coins per airdrop as the base rate. So now we are at 6,000. We are at 6,000 Raggies minted. So the base rate is 60 Raggy coins every 2 weeks. But the ape and hydra holders get 120 Raggy coins every 2 weeks.
Nice.
So all these are airdropped. You don't have to do anything. We just airdrop. And they are VIPs, which means that for all our mints, they always get VIP treatment. They get they get to mint during the whitelist period. So for this mint, we created this new prize option for whitelist holders that you can mint at 48 ADA or 48 ADA worth of Raggy coins if you are a whitelist holder and you mint during the whitelist period. If you are a plushie holder, you don't automatically get this price option, but you still get to mint however many you want to mint during the whitelist period. But if you are a plushie holder and you hold a whitelist as well, then you get this price option and you can get to mint as many as you want during the whitelist period.
Huh.
That's awesome.
Cool. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Not know about those kind of differentiations.
And if anyone is interested in a VIP plushie, the floor on them, there's a whole 1, 2, 3, 4 for sale out of all of them that are out there, and the floor is 460 ADA. So not cheap.
Yeah, so people are diamond handing them. They don't get sold very often, and whenever they get sold, it's usually in the hundreds. I think the hydra. I think someone bought a hydra or an ape before, and I think it was listed for 1,000 or something. So
Wow.
they don't go cheap because they are really limited and they are the VIP token of our ecosystem, and we always think of our VIP holders first. So everything that we do, we try to give them as much value as we can.
Oh, nice. I like that. Very, very cool. There's really only 4 more hydras that you're going to give away and 4 more of the monkeys that are available since the supply is 10 and 6 of them are circulating. So That's it, right?
Yes. So yeah, both of them we have already minted 6. Actually, for the hydra, we have minted 6, but one is in my developer's wallet, and that one will be given out eventually. So I'm not planning to hold on to it forever. So there will be 5 more hydras and 4 more apes to be given out.
Oh, okay, cool, gotcha. All right. Why don't we talk about staking and how that, like, I guess I kind of like that was the first thing that I kind of saw on the site when I first was like, whoa, there's a lot going on here. But maybe you can talk about like maybe a little bit about the multi-sig and how you set that up. I know people probably like, okay, staking, it happens, but maybe you can mention like just how the non-custodial staking works, or how you've envisioned it to work.
Yeah. So the staking system that we built, basically we wanted a system that is purpose driven. We want people to stake for a reason and not just stake for the sake of staking, because that's
Mhm.
meaningless. We created a system so that when you have Reggies and you stake them, what you do is basically putting your Reggies into this whole pool of staked Reggies to power our free to play system. So people can play Reggie Run even without any Reggies in their wallet. So if
Mhm.
you play Reggie Run without any Reggies in your wallet, the game will find 5 random Reggies from all these staked Reggies and show them to you, and you can pick one of them to play with. And when you play with a staked Reggie, the staker gets some of your in-game points as reward. Um, and that actually drives the whole economy as well. So it gives your XP, part of your XP, 5% of your XP goes to the staker, with a minimum of 10 XP going to the staker. So yeah, so they are staking for a reason, because they stake their Reggies to run our free to play system, and we reward them because they are helping us run the system. So everything is for a purpose. It is not just staking for the sake of staking. So where do these rewards come from? Basically, Reggie coins. So Reggie coins, we've created 100 million fixed supply Reggie coins, and 20 million of them have been set aside. And we've got the vesting schedule wallet address, which is open to public and anyone can see it. So
Mhm.
basically, 20 million Reggie coins have been sitting in there for people to claim when they have staked their Reggies. So we started it off with a very high multiplier. So there's a base rate which we we basically divide all these 20 million rate points over 2 years. So it's a 2 year vesting schedule. So the emission rate was very high at the start. It's a 40x emission right from the start. So if you stick with us right from the beginning, you would have earned loads of ready points. And,
Wow.
and yeah, and it gradually drops off. Right now is at 8x multiplier. And I think, yeah, this weekend is going to drop down to 6x. So eventually it's going to tail down to one.
How long's the project been around? When did you
We
guys
just celebrated a year.
a year, right? Yeah, you're
Yeah.
right. Yeah, I did. You know, I did see like a
Yeah,
specialty NFT.
yeah, a year and a month or something. Yeah,
Yep.
a year
Okay,
and
so it's not like a perfect stake, as in like we should be at 20, because it kind of dropped off like from 40 down to down to
yes, yes. The initial drop is quite steep,
yeah.
and then yeah, and then it goes a bit more gradual. So we want to reward our really early supporters. So if you think about it, our project basically started with a Discord size of 200.
Mhm.
Our first mint of 1,000 Reggies was launched with a Discord of maybe 250 people. And then our second mint was maybe about 500 people in our Discord, and we tried to mint another 1,000 Reggies, and it took 3 months.
Mm.
So
Wow.
so it was quite difficult back then. So we always remember all these hardships, how difficult it's been to try to launch a project and try to get people to understand what we do. So we really appreciate all these people who have supported us since the beginning and have all the faith in us that we will build the project and give them value. So we really, really appreciate all their support. So a lot of what we do is trying to reward our early supporters. And even though it may sound quite disproportionate that the staking reward is 40x right from the start, and then it drops down to 30 and then 20, it's really the early supporters really get a lot of rewards from us. But even if people join now, it is still at 8x. It's still a good value. And
Yeah, definitely.
yeah, and basically, Coin, if you look at the chart, it has when it launched, the launch price of Coin was like 1 ADA to 4,000 Coins. and now you get one ADA, you only get 200 Reggie coins.
Yeah.
So so the price has actually gone up by a lot. So even though the staking reward rate is lower now, you are still getting a lot of value from it. So this is only going to get higher. So Reggie coins, I feel, not financial advice, but the value of it is definitely going to go up higher because we've got a lot of utilities for it. We've got a whole ecosystem built around Reggie coins, and we have sustainability at the heart of everything that we build. So I have no doubt that the price will keep on increasing as the community grows, and as demand grows as well. If you look at the Discord, it's barely reaching 2,000 members at the moment. And if you look at any other of the more hyped projects with like 10,000 members, imagine if these 10,000 people want to get their hands on Reggie coins, and there's only 100 million ever. So
yeah.
So
I could be stacking them up now.
Yeah, Ryan, what we got to do, we got to pool our Raggies together and just like stake them all.
Mine have been staked since I got wave 4, so we're already. Every time I get them, I don't have to do anything. They just go into the wallet and they're staked.
I'm staking as well, just not, I kind of started and stopped, as you know.
That's okay. You still got some rag around.
Yeah, no, I'm still doing it. It's pretty good. It's actually, back to the website, but it's just really cool to go in and see the numbers, and you're like, okay. And you can also get XP from the game and everything, and it's pretty cool. Okay.
And you can convert your XP to rag too.
Oh, right. Yeah, that's true. Good point. I feel like by the end of this, I don't even know what the end is. I feel like in a couple of years, we're going to be talking to you and you guys are going to own like a DEX or something. Like that's just, you guys are just going to be running it and people will be coming to CryptoRaggies for like all sorts of transactions.
And you know what? I haven't looked in a while, but the floor, it's been pumping up a little bit because it was down. I think when you had first bought Devon, it was down at one point to like 35, and now it's like
like
65. That's pretty good.
Yeah, and it was higher even before. I think around CNFT Con. Did you notice a spike in transactions, Arressaye?
A few, because we did a few collaborations around the CNFT Con period of time. We are official partners with Block Owls, and they have a booth over there. And I think the NFT NFT, like the non-financial.
NFA.
NFA, like Tal and them.
Yes, they were there as well, and they basically so our what we did with Block Owls was we created this poster and a whole dedicated CNFT Con special website for people to come in and mint a free Moggy. It's not a Reggie, but it's a Moggy, so it's not exactly a Reggie, but it's a different cat, which comes with good superpowers that you can use. And basically, the idea is for them to come in and play Reggie Run. So we've got QR codes for them to scan and download a Reggie Run and immediately set up a Reggie purse and mint a free Moggy, and immediately they can play the game and get some amazing scores. So that was what we planned to do. But the guys from NFA E46, I think he's the one. He went to take the poster from Block Owl's booth and just went around CNFT Con and just flashed the poster to everyone and basically
that explains the chatter. We did hear a lot. Like you guys were talked about a lot at CNFT Con. Definitely.
Really?
And oddly enough, that's when my Reggie sold.
Yes.
All right.
Yeah, that's why. So I bet people were just like, "Oh, let's snipe this one from this fool." So
So I think during that period of time there was maybe there was a lot of chatter, and because NFA were shilling us around, there's quite a fair bit of activity around that time.
Cool. There's one thing we actually haven't even talked about.
What's that?
We started to talk about it at the beginning, and then we're like, we're going to talk about it. We'll get back to it. Ryan, like
the game.
Yeah.
The
game.
Like, there's so much to go. We haven't got into the like Vassal, the Vassal fork or Vazzle and all the
That's
different
true.
like useless Raggy and bloody Raggy.
That's true.
There's so
I can't
many
believe
different
that's a real thing.
Basically,
Okay.
forget about useless Raggy. It is useless. It has no utility.
I thought it was a joke. Like I was reading this and I was like, am I reading this right?
Yes. So it was created very early on when Cardano, when a lot of projects, when communities were asking for utility from all the projects, like art projects, they will ask, oh, what's the utility of this art, right? You know, if you launch an art project, you're basically just buying it for the art. You don't go and buy art and utility from it. But it was during a period of time when everyone was crazy over utility. So and it's also during a period when we started discovering multi-sig minting. So Useless Reggie was minted using multi-sig minting. Was the first token that we minted using multi-sig technology back then. So we designed this as a useless token. So because everyone was asking for utilities, and we just basically launched something that's totally useless, and we put that in the metadata as well. We put it in the metadata. The utility is nothing, none whatsoever. So it is a pure collectible, but it is a piece of history because it's for us to commemorate this period of time in the Cardano NFT space when people were asking for utility, no matter what they were minting, even if it's just a pure art project. It's also our first token that was minted using multi-sig technology. So we're quite happy with it, and we just kept it on Reggie Store. And now what I use this Reggie for now is basically to test stuff. So if I make changes with Reggie first, and I need to check and test whether the minting script and things work, I mint a useless Reggie. If I can mint one, it works. So it's basically used. Yeah, the main use for me now is to test my minting system. But
that's awesome.
What kind of supply do they have?
It's unlimited. So it's unlimited, and it's also technically fungible, because back then I was not focusing on making things, oh, it has to be unique, non-fungible. Back then it was not such a big deal. So I just made it non-fungible. Basically, it's the same asset name, so you mint it under the same policy with the same asset name. So a lot of people will have like 50 useless Reggies in their wallet, just 5 Reggie coins each, which is basically nothing.
I could actually it's funny because as I look at it, I kind of look at it, I'm like, this does look more like a token, so it's okay, cool. I like that. Well, since we're talking about this, Ryan, I hadn't done this much research, and Reggie Ryan was
Reggie Ryan.
Reggie Ryan. Oh man, Ryan, I'm going to call you that from now on.
Okay.
CryptoRaggie Ryan was telling me about. Have you seen the other like special edition ones? And I saw the Block Owls one, but I don't want to ask. What about the Bloody Raggy? What's the utility here? Is there anything going on?
So the Bloody Raggy, actually, it was a fan art. So if you go into the metadata, you'll see that we put an attribution to the person who actually created this fan art. Yeah. So back then we had this collaboration with another gaming project called Blockchain Games, and they had a game called Adamon or something like that. I think it's Adamon. It's a little bit like a Pokemon kind of game on mobile, where you can capture some monsters, you can fight them and then capture them. They approached us for this collaboration and asked whether we wanted to create an NFT for their players to capture. And I had this idea: if you want a monster, why don't we put this Bloody Reggie as a monster? Because it looks it looks quite badass, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's angry.
It definitely does.
Yeah, it's good. So, and does it have fangs? It does. Yeah. If you zoom in, if you go really close to the Bloody Reggie.
Oh shit! Yeah, it does. I never noticed that.
Yeah. Watch out.
So that's how it came about. So we created that and put it in the game for them to fight and capture. I think there are 10 or 20. I think there are 20 of them, if I'm not wrong.
Your website says 10. There's a total supply of 10.
Yeah. So 10 of them. It's such a long time ago that I don't even remember the total supply.
No
So yeah,
worries.
10 of them. So 10 of them, and they were quite hard to fight. So I tried fighting them in the game. I couldn't defeat them. So some of the players managed to defeat them, and once you defeat them, you can actually mint them. And the minting price was actually, I think they were minted for 18 ADA. I think it
Wow.
was 18.
That's good.
Yeah, yeah. So yeah, but they come with a very good discount utility, so that if you mint any of our Reggies subsequently with a Bloody Reggie or any of the special Reggie with discount utility, including the Block Hours Reggies, if you've got any of these in your wallet and you mint our Reggies in our subsequent waves, you get a very, very big discount. Basically, you get to mint Reggies at its lowest price tier, which is 18 ADA. So our
Yeah.
first wave started off with 18 ADA, and then we increased to 28. Now the base price is 68. But if you've got any of these discount Reggies, including the Bloody Reggie, you get to mint Reggies at 18 ADA. But for this wave, we are doing a little bit different. So you can't mint just with ADA, you have to mint with Reggie coins. So this helps our ecosystem,
Yeah.
it helps with the project as well. So basically, anyone who mints a discount Reggie using Reggie coins, they are not going to lose anything. You buy 18 ADA worth of Reggie coins and you mint something that's worth 68 ADA, you get a lot of value back from it.
Definitely.
So it's a win-win situation. They win, the project also wins. So we designed the system for it to work this way for them to mint using Reggie coins exclusively. And we'll see how things go.
It's a great strategy. I think trying to think of it as a whole is a little bit confusing at times. But I mean, considering you've already obviously designed this and you've been in it, it really does make things a lot more interesting. I really like the ecosystem, which it's there, and you have that on your website that kind of goes through it. No, that's really cool. So the game, it's called Raggy Run. What can we talk about this game? Holy crap. It's good. It's a good game. What is Raggy Run? How did you decide you wanted to do a side scroller where you're kind of running and doing your thing? Like how did that come about?
Yeah, so Raggy Run is basically an infinite running game. When we created it, so as I talked about right from the beginning, when we created this project, we wanted a game. We wanted a game as part of utility. We ourselves, we are not, in terms of background, we are not game developers. So we needed to create a game that is one, easy to make, something that we can do, something that's not beyond our capabilities, something we can do, and something that we can do well. So we decided to do something like this, an infinite scroller, infinite runner, which technically is not very difficult to make. But we also wanted to make it a bit different, so that it's not just an infinite runner game. So if you play Raggy Run, you will see that we've got boss fights as well. We've got a lot of blockchain integration, so wallet connection for any game is not that easy. So a lot of people will be thinking of, oh, I can make a game, but you can make a game, but you may not be able to make a game that's wallet connected. So this is the main selling point that we have. We feel that being a blockchain project, being a blockchain game, the game itself is important, but more importantly, we wanted a game that is able to use NFTs, and we can implement NFTs and all the traits within the game. And we thought this is a perfect one to do an infinite runner, to use all our Reggie accessories and toys as drops in the game that you can pick up and get additional points. And some of the toys give you superpower. And all these tie in very nicely with the whole genre of an infinite runner. So that's how we decided on making a game like this, being an infinite runner with a lot of blockchain integrations in it, so that we can implement all the NFT traits in it and be a true Web3 blockchain game.
I think this is a really good model for that. I really do. And you're developing it within your capabilities so that you actually can make it, but not having to go out of house. And I also like how you develop for Android first. because I'm an Android user, and it's very nice to be able to get the game. And then I'm like, Ryan, have you tried that? He's like, nope, not yet. And I was like, oh, okay, let me know.
Whatever.
So that was great.
Whatever. You know what? I like the game. It is difficult. I've never seen a boss fight because I suck at this game. That's just, it is what it is. I'll admit it. But
I do too. I'll admit that too.
yeah. And what I love is you guys have hidden, like, people that may not know this, but you guys have had little, I mean, I don't know what the word would be, but you've hidden little things in the background of the game, like codes or something, if I remember correctly, right? Or in the billboard or something.
Yeah, we've got a billboard. Yeah. So the billboard, we use it for different purposes. So there was a time when we collaborated with another project to do minting and whitelisting through the billboard. So
that's right.
Yeah. So basically, you have to reach a certain number of points, and then the billboard will change and give you a secret word, and you can use that secret word to get a whitelist spot from one of our partner projects. Yeah. So that was in the past, and then way back when Reggie Run first launched, we had a lot of Easter eggs in the game, and if you manage to find Easter eggs, you get some rewards from us. But we stopped hiding Easter eggs in the game. So, but there's actually one Easter egg that's still not found.
Oh, I did not know that. Now I'm gonna have to go play.
Maybe it's found. It's just not impressive enough that people talk about it. But we're not. We're not giving a reward for this Easter egg.
That's funny. Well, the cloud is important.
Yes,
nice.
Definitely.
Okay, what can you tell us about? Maybe you've kind of already talked about this, but I didn't really understand. Like, leveling up your Raggy, is that only for the game, or is that kind of tie in elsewhere?
It's going to tie in. It's going to tie in with the whole Raggy ecosystem.
Okay.
So the game is one aspect of it, but Raggies are going to be the main utility token within the whole ecosystem. So in the future, there's going to be breeding, but breeding is not going to start until we finish minting the 10K collection, because that's just going to increase supply. If we can't mint out the 10K collection, why should we increase supply? So
okay, good point.
Yeah, so breeding is going to come way later, and leveling up your Raggies will tie in with the breeding system as well. It's going to be quite an elaborate system with breeder's license. So if I don't know whether you guys are familiar with pedigree cats and the cat associations and stuff like that. So we are.
I am not, but I do think it's pretty cool. Like, you're probably like into Maine Coons and like Parisians and all that stuff.
Right. Yeah, so we are really into these things. So ragdoll cats are pedigree cats, so we are really into all these pedigree stuff. Basically, if in real life, if you want to breed pedigree cats and call them pedigree cats, you need a breeder's license. You need to be part of those cat associations, and you can get if you manage to get good genes to breed your cats, and you can bring them to shows, and they become champions, and they'll be quite end up being quite expensive cats.
Of course. No, I have looked into in the past getting a Bengal cat, or even some of there's like the Savannah, like F1 different type series of when you're looking at some of these really nice ones. Basically, I mean, I don't know why I was looking at this years ago, like why I wanted a pedigree cat, but like basically consider your lion, consider your cat that looks like a mini jaguar or something, or like some of them look really, really nice. Or if you just want something that looks Manxy, but like super sophisticated, get like a British short hair cat, and you're the coolest. So anyways, is that kind of what you're thinking? Maybe in the future?
That was Devon's cat corner.
Cat corner with Devon.
So we're thinking of trying to craft a whole breeders ecosystem that works a bit like the real life pedigree cat breeding system. So you can have a license, you can breed cats, and you can take them to cat shows. And if they win awards, then the progeny from your cats will be worth a lot more. So we want to implement something like a rarity score system that's based on your base Raggy's rarity score, and also cat show scores. So all this can be done on chain, and we want to do all these things on chain and have breeder license on chain as well. So everything is going to be on chain, and this your next generation of cats will have a rarity score that depends on the parent's rarity score, and you can basically customize your Raggy to give it exclusive traits, good things that you want to put in. There will be a completely new series of NFTs, but that's going to come really, really later on.
Okay. Well, I mean,
I love that.
We've talked about a lot here. This is cool. And one of the things I was going to ask about was breeding, but I didn't even really realize that cat shows would come into that. So, I mean, who knows? I think we'll have to have you on later on to explain cat shows and how that's going to go. I'm imagining little NFTs
walks
parading across the screen in Raggy Run or something. Anyways, super cool. And I guess even further down the road, what else do you see under your platform here?
So we plan to have 3 games. Okay, so the whole idea of the gaming utility of this project is to have 3 games of different styles to suit different people. So we've got a lot of people like Reggae Run is an easy enough game to pick up. It's not easy to get good at it, but it's easy enough to pick up. And a lot of people just start playing, and with a few short games and dying quite quickly, they get a bit frustrated and be like, oh, I must beat this score. I must get better. A lot of people have this kind of mentality. They just want to keep going, and without knowing they've already played for an hour. So we've got a lot of feedback like this that they get like 10 points and then they die, but they keep repeating, and then without knowing, it's already an hour. So I think it's quite good in a way, but there are people who come and tell us and say, oh, Reggae Run is actually quite boring because it's just an infinite run and there's no end. there are people who feel that's boring. And
gotta love user feedback when you spend hours and hours and all your endless weekends creating something for the beautiful ecosystem that is Reggae Run, and some guy guy or gal just mentions you and he's like, yeah, it's kind of boring. Like, thank you for that. And then Ryan and I message you. We're like, we can't get the buttons to work. and you're like, thank you.
I fat finger my jump and I can't see
yeah, pretty much. Yeah, Ryan's like, my finger's just too fat. Thanks. And I'm like, yeah, I had trouble too. Bye. So great job, Arressaye.
We changed the controls now, though. So if you play on mobile, we've changed the controls. So you don't have your thumb hovering over the jump button anymore. So it's a bit easier now. Yeah, so we do have feedback. Some people do tell us that Reggae Run is boring, but that's fine. Different people like different things, and that's why we plan to have 3 different games. So Reggae Run, maybe an Infinite Runner is not for you. You want something more story driven. We do want a second game to be a bit more story driven. We've created a bit of a prototype already with one of our collaboration projects, one of our partners. I don't have to say which one because everyone knows it. Everyone knows who we're partnering with.
Vaughn doesn't know. Go ahead.
I don't know. Wait, first of all, before you say anything, Ryan, how did you know that I didn't know? Because I didn't talk to you about it before.
I just know you don't know.
And why did you tell me if you thought it was a big deal? And screw you, man. I want to know. Let me do.
You like that alpha
research show?
Everything's alpha to you. You're good.
Ah, shut up. You're a jerk. All right, Arressaye, who are you partnering with? I'm not, whatever you say, I'm not going to be excited.
So we are official partners with Block Owls. Everyone knows that.
Cool. Yeah. I did know that, actually. I did know that, sir. You're a jerk. Anyways, let's keep on going.
So initially we were kind of planning and trying to work on a 3D game with Block Owls. And timeline doesn't really fit very well, though. And there's a lot of work that they need to do, and there's a lot of things that we need to do as well. Quite important things that both our sites need to do for our own projects. So so this has been kind of embargoed. So we just put it aside for now. And probably going to make that into maybe the final game, the last game. There's a bit of prototype already, which is. We developed it in Unity. The Reggae Run was made in Godot. So the prototype was there already, and we can just build on it eventually later on. But now we are working on a different second game, which is going to be our own. It's not so much of an official partnership game with other projects, but we do want to open up collaboration opportunities with other games. Other projects who want to join in the game and have a bit of utility for their own tokens as well. So a lot of projects have already approached us because they know that we've got a game and we are making more games. So a lot of projects have approached us to try to explore whether they can get onto our next game to have some utility for their holders. And this is something that we are always open to. So we always welcome other projects to approach us to discuss what we can do together. And because this next game is still really, really early on, we are working on it. But we've got some ideas already, and there's a bit of stuff.
That's awesome.
In the
Listen, I'm going to say this: if there's any billboards, I know a podcast that you could promote on the billboard. I don't know. I'll have to talk to somebody about getting artwork or something, but I think there's a couple. Yeah, Devon, do you know podcasts that they could promote on a billboard?
I could think of one for sure. Two guys. Two guys. They're quite unique. Some could say that these guys would be non-fungible.
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Also, so I guess I was wrong earlier on when I said you guys are going to be a DEX or something. What you're going to be is blockchain game developers instead now, and you'll just have a studio that does that. Yeah.
So the
Raggy Works or something.
It is to be more like an arcade. So you know when you're a child or a teenager, you go to an arcade and you have all these different machines and all these different games you can choose to play. So it's a little bit like that. If you enter the Raggy ecosystem right at the end of it, when everything is done and fully developed, we want that kind of experience. When someone comes into the ecosystem, they feel like, oh, there's a lot on offer. There is a game. Oh, I'm not really into this kind of game, but there's more. There's another game and there's another game, and everything ties in together with our whole tokenomics, with our own native token economy. So we want everything to tie in nicely with our staking system, with our tokenomics, and eventually with the breeding and Raggy leveling up as well. And also all our Raggy store stuff that you can mint power-ups and all the weapons and shields and all these things that you can do. So all these will be cross-game. So every game will be able to use the same items.
Oh, that's cool.
So, yeah.
I have a question. So, is there a villain? I feel like your villain should be a dog. No?
Everyone say that. And I think I'm feeling like that as well. Because we've not fully disclosed the villain. And to be honest, we are kind of still wanting to think. We're still thinking about it, because we will have a villain, because clearly there is a villain. If you watch the video of the Raggy run when we start, Raggy was just sitting on a rug and got rug pulled, right, and then fell into a portal and became this pixelated cat and running and trying to get.
Yeah.
So there must be someone who rug pulled.
I think. Right. Go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah. So I really want it to be a dog, but I want to leave it out up for the community to decide. So at one point we were thinking, why don't we invite Hosky to come in?
That's a great villain. Great villain.
They're always talking about rug pulling, isn't it? So
yeah.
And a dog, we are cats, sworn enemies. So that might work, but we've not actually made anything concrete yet. We might open up some discussions with the community and see what people think, and see where we take from there. So Raggy Run, basically, the story is close to kind of complete. We've got 2 boss fights, and probably for the next one, if we develop another boss fight, not so soon. We won't be doing it anytime soon, but it's very likely that we will have a third one. We will probably be revealing the rug puller in the next one.
Nice.
So
I guess we talked. I think finally we did it. We talked about the game. We talked about it a lot.
I think there should be things that cats hate in the game.
Yeah,
that screw you up, like water falls on them, or if you're on the internet ever, they're terrified of cucumbers for some reason.
Oh yeah.
I just saw something today with cats where you know how you have a comb and you can run your finger along the bristle,
yeah.
Apparently, cats will gag if you do that in front of them. Like they
really?
Yeah,
No way.
go on the internet. Listen, the internet doesn't lie ever. We're on the internet. We don't lie. But apparently
Yeah.
a guy was showing me videos of like people running their fingers along a comb in front of
Yeah.
cats, and they'd gag. They started gagging. And I was like, what is that? And he's like, I don't know.
I'm gonna try it. I'm gonna try it on.
Yeah. Post that video. I want to see that. Yeah, there should just be random items that show up like a cucumber or something that scares the cat. But anyways,
that's
my stupid ideas.
No, I like it. I was thinking vacuum cleaners too. Anyways. Okay. I guess the only other thing I could think of, and this is probably so far down the road that you're probably like have not much to say, but DAO later on. Any thoughts there?
Yeah, so the first version of our website actually had a DAO button. So part of our I wouldn't say a roadmap, but more like an overarching plan for this whole project. At the end, a lot of things should be DAO controlled, so there will be a governance element to it, because most of our gaming parameters and things like staking parameters, rewards, how much tokens to airdrop to VIPs, all these things can be changed by DAO votes. So at the end of this whole development, I do want to implement some form of DAO governance structure to the project to control some of these parameters. In fact, we've already got kind of a DAO wallet. So I'm already trying to set up something to put aside as a DAO fund. You may not know that most of our collections have no royalties, but some of them do, like the festive Raggies, the special Raggies. A few collections do have royalties, and all these royalties go into a wallet that I never touch, and that's going to be our eventual DAO wallet when we do it. So so that is the plan for now. It's not got a lot of ADA in it at the moment. I think it has maybe 200 or something. It's not a lot, but eventually when we do start implementing royalties on our main collection, on our plushies, hopefully that's going to build up more significant funds in that wallet, and we can do something with it when we have a DAO. So I'm starting this wallet really early, and kind of using that as trying to build a habit to create a DAO fund that we can use in the future, and just put it aside, not even look at it, because I don't want to be tempted to use it as a project wallet to spend on other project spendings, because I want it to be completely separate from the main project spendings, so that in the future, if we want to use that as DAO fund, it's a totally clean wallet that has never been used for anything else, and we can start all the accounting from there.
That's awesome. I was just I just got lost. I was on here somewhere saying damn it. I was looking at special edition NFTs, and then what can you explain quickly just what the Arressaye, because I know I hold the Arressaye, and you guys, is it a monthly draw for holders?
So it's not a fixed schedule. It's basically a raffle token. So the idea is that we've got a lot of NFTs that we either buy from secondary market or get gifted from other projects, or when we support other projects, we just mint their NFTs to support other projects. So all these are minted or bought using the developer's wallet, right? So it's funds that are in the developer's wallet. It's not my personal wallet. So my idea is that all these NFTs should go back to the community, because these funds that I have gathered for the project should, at least majority of that, should go back to community. So the idea is that all these NFTs need to be raffled away somehow. So I want to have regular-ish raffles, but I'm kind of busy. Can't really run all these raffles. But hopefully, when we finally manage to finish minting all the 10,000 Raggies, and we don't have to think so much about minting and all these marketing kind of things, we'll always have to think about marketing. But when you not finish minting your main series, the marketing is a lot more hectic. So when we can finally put that aside, we'll probably have a much more regular structure to our raffles, and we can use the Arressaye for these raffles. So The idea for CryptoRaggies is that in the future, all the raffles that we have, so let's say if we have an on-chain raffle system that you pay a certain amount and you can enter into raffle, if you hold CryptoRaggies, you by default you are in the raffle even if you don't pay anything. So that's the idea for the future system. But for now, we are just running some CryptoRaggie raffles now and then that we only include the CryptoRaggie holders. But in the future, it's going to be like on-chain raffle system that people will be paying like 10 Raggy coins or something into the raffle and try to earn some, try to win something from it. But if you own a CryptoRaggie, then you don't even have to pay, and you will just be in the raffle.
Awesome.
Ryan, how did you get your CryptoRaggie?
They were minting them prior to obviously the hard fork, and I think I jumped in just before they ended that.
Nice.
In the Raggy store, which I don't even think we ended up actually talking about, did we?
Right. Actually, and that brings me to another question I had about some of those, I guess, what is it? Raggy button or bunnies or right? Like looked like rotating.
I was just looking at those. I was like,
what are those?
Awesome.
Are those going to be real?
So that's a collaboration with another project called Sea Bunnies. So Sea Bunnies is a project started by one of our community members. It's an art project basically. They make these handcrafted felted bunnies as NFTs. They have their own collection, but these Raggy buns were created last Easter as a special edition.
Okay.
It's a collaboration with Sea Bunnies. So they created these handcrafted felted bunnies in like a kind of a raggy kind of look as NFTs. And we sold them on Raggy Store for Raggy coins. So you can buy them using Raggy coins. And at the end of the mint, we combine all the Raggy coins and work out the ADA value equivalent. So instead of selling these Raggy coins for ADA, we use developers' fund to match the ADA value of the total amount that we raised in Raggy coins and donated it to charity. Nice. So that was last Easter that we did that. And out of these Raggy buns, one of them was randomly picked to transform into a golden Raggy bun with a gold border, and that Raggy bun holder will get the physical Raggy bun from Sea Bunnies. So that has already happened. Yeah,
that's cool.
Very cool.
I guess I know it's late. I guess you know what? While we've been doing this episode, I actually opened a Raggy purse.
What? Brian, I saw you writing and I was like, what is this guy writing? This guy's writing. Focus on the podcast, please.
No, I was taking notes and also taking my seed phrase down.
Yeah, you're taking your seed. What's your seed phrase? Let me see.
It's right here. There you go.
Great.
Right
Thank you.
There you go. You're welcome.
Now that this is a recording, I will have that forever. And
that's okay.
I know. Honestly, what? Then you're like, Devon, someone hacked my Raggy purse and I know it was you because they're all in your wallet now.
It's all trackable, buddy.
I know.
But so I am going to set that up tomorrow. Anything else we want to get to? I guess I closed my show notes by accident.
I honestly, Arressaye, you had great like anything I asked, you had so much more to say about it. So this is really awesome. This has been really, really cool. We've already liked the project and told people about it. And I think that after listening to this episode, there's no way they can't be like, oh man, like this is pretty good, man. Like
you've been warning people before before it takes off, right?
Yeah. Get in before the arcade is built.
Oh yeah.
Anyways, Arressaye, I mean, thank you so much for coming on the podcast. We're grateful. We wish you a smooth mint on Saturday. What time is that mint UTC?
Yeah, I think it's a bad time for the US. It's 11 a.m. UTC for the whitelist.
It's a terrible time for us. I'm always
what time is it?
It's like 7 a.m. for us, 6 a.m.
Are you serious? That is not good because
I don't know. Is it 5? I think it's 6 a.m. for us on a Saturday.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry.
That's okay. I think one time, I had to wake up real early. I can't remember.
I did that once. There was one mint last year where I had to wake up at like 2 a.m. to do it. I mean, we did it, but it was annoying.
You know that the good thing is you can mint from Reggie Purse, so you can just be in your bed and just use your phone to mint it.
That's true. And Ryan already has a Reggie purse, so yeah. There you go.
That's
okay.
true.
Well, we wish you a great mint on the weekend. We'll be a part of this. I think that's all I got, Ryan. Any other questions?
No, I'm good. I just want to say thank you for coming on. It's been a long time coming. We've been we've been waiting for this episode for a while, and hopefully, listen, this you're gonna mint out. It's not even a question.
Yeah,
fingers crossed.
Yeah, no, you don't even need to worry about that. It's gonna mint out.
Ryan says so. That's a guarantee.
No, don't take. No, it's not.
Reggie Ryan says so. His alter ego.
Are you going to mint them all?
Sorry?
Are you going to mint them all?
Every single one.
I know. Yeah, pretty much. Let's wait to make a new purse.
Yeah, exactly. I got to stock up now.
Right?
Yeah.
All right. I guess we'll let you get to bed since it's pretty late wherever you are in the world. But thank you, Arressaye. And
yes, thank you very much.
Thanks for having me. All right.
Have a good day. Geez, we out.
We are out. Thank you very much, everyone.